no shame. Windswept hair and hearts ablaze, sky so wide it sets us days. Sunrise meets our leather-clad dreams, every twist and turn it seems. Freedom whispers in the breeze, right on past the morning ease.
Shot right here.
Ride free, ride fast, let nothing stand. Open roads, our promised land.
Hey, welcome to the V-Twin Foodies. I'm Dael.
And I'm Mike.
And Mike, where we at today, brother?
Well, we're in my garage, and we're going to tackle a winter project on the Indian today. What it is I've had this bike for 2 years, and I love everything about it, but I really wanted the handlebars a little bit closer to me. So there's numerous options for an Indian out there. I didn't like the way a lot of them looked. I like the way that the stock reduced reach handlebars looked right here. They should bring it about 4 or 5 inches closer to me when we're done with this, and make it more comfortable for me to ride. I found these used, save some money dear, and I'm doing the install myself to save even more money dear. The other project we're going to tackle while we have the gas tank off is we're going to install a new air filter. After 30,000 miles, I think I'm due. So,
all right, so what we have here, this is a 2002 Indian Pursuit. 2022 Indian Pursuit, and here's a beautiful bike. Now, have you done anything to this yet? This is the first thing that you've actually done?
Yeah, this is stock besides, some Farkle stuff, just different little, doodads, but it's the stock seat, which I had no complaints with. Everything else is stock. The engine's unmolested. It's got the stock exhaust, the suspension. Everything is just stock. The bike is set up perfect for me. So, besides the handlebars. So I'm going to give this handlebars a try.
So hopefully, without having to take the fairing off, you're going to undo the lock system, take out the harness for that, and then unbolt, remove, and then replace it. Take all this off and replace stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, Indian didn't make it easy to replace the bars on these. The gas tank has to be removed, and in order to get to the bolts for the handlebars, and so it takes a little bit. They say expect 3 to 5 hours of work time.
Is that you got the tank drained out and everything?
No, as a matter of fact, the tank's got plenty of fuel.
Yeah, we'll pick up on a quick ride with that one, but guys.
What's next is I have to remove these harnesses here. From right here, what we're going for. Okay, well, I gotta take the controls off of both
controls
sides.
gonna come off.
And then the grips off.
And the grips come off. Then what are you gonna do down here?
Down here, I have to get to these bolts right there. And then the handlebars come
And the
out.
handlebars come right on out. All right,
But first, we have to remove the headlight and unplug the harness. So I can do that right now, actually.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead.
Yeah. Much cussing and hitting with hammers and wrenches and screwdrivers and all kinds of stuff. Turns out WD-40 did the trick. Why'd you do that for me? Thanks.
And we have
Yeah, that was the easy part.
hello, Kelly. Hello, Kelly. Oh, thank
All right, here's the difference.
That's how we do it. And this is Kelly right here. Hey, Kelly. All right, Mike, we just got that bad boy off. So what we looking at right here?
Well, here's the difference. These are the stock bars here. And these are the Indian mid-rise bars there. So as you can see, it's gonna bring me up about 3 or 4 inches and back towards me, which is perfect. It's just what I wanna do. So anyway, we'll take a break here and continue this install in a few.
All right, so we got this off, and wife's getting ready to know. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back, and then we'll
Well, we'll get we'll go in reverse.
install and redo everything. And
Yeah. Hopefully it all goes back together.
hopefully all the glue stuff is already broken up. Wait till I'm about to glue. All right, so we're at it. We'll see you shortly right here. Ooh-ah.
Ooh. So now we have to plug our harness back together.
Here we are in Mike's garage, and Mike, dude.
I told you it was going to take us every bit of 5 hours to do every bit of
I got to tell you, I had fun doing it. Like I said, it's been a while since I got to work on the motorcycles and stuff. And, I appreciate you letting me come in here and help you out and do the thing. Again, I've had fun with it. It's a therapy for me. And but I tell you what, dude, they look cool. They look cool.
Yeah.
Those handlebars are
I think it's going to be an improvement in comfort for me, which was the goal for me, was the comfort. And I do want to say thank you again. We had one heck of a time trying to get the controls back on this bike, and if it wasn't for Dael's patience, I probably would have thrown a match and walked out of the garage hero style at the end of a movie. Boom! But Dael persevered, and we got the controls put on correctly. Everything is great. The bike starts, it runs. I'm fixing to take it for a little spin right up the street and back just to feel her out. And thank you again, friend. That was champion.
This is the thing about V-Twin Foodies, man. You know, you with friends, you eating, you riding motorcycles, working on motorcycles. Everything revolves around food, motorcycles, and friendships. So yeah, like I said, it looks good. And I know that it's going to be a comfort from what happened with the shoulder damage and everything I have. I know when you got them up there. So that's just giving me an excuse to get to go up to another motorcycle or get the handlebars changed.
Find you some better handlebars.
But it does look good. And like I said, the only thing that I really, my problem was especially with the modern bikes. I was raised up shade tree mechanic with my dad. I could work on all kinds of vehicles, it didn't matter what they were, motorcycles and stuff. And now it's with all the stuff they have on there, with all the electronics and all this. I don't think there's any way that I could do it. I mean, I'd have to have. That's why I guess I like the old bikes.
There is something to be said about the simplicity of an older carbureted bike. You and I have talked about this before. When we go to take off, all you do is turn on your bike, crank it, and go. I have to power up a computer, GPS. It takes a minute. It's a pain. Yes, there's something to be said about it. But there's also something to be said about the creature comforts that this bike does.
And I gotta say, because when we were down at Daytona last year, you know, we went out and rode the Indians and the Harleys, got a test drive. And I do have to say, the Indian did have some, I think, personally, that they had more of the creature or the comforts than the Harleys had. But at the same time, there was a Harley that I actually loved, one of the bikers that I actually loved because it set lower to the ground and everything. But when I got to I think it was the Challenger, it set almost identical at the same level, and it was actually. And I understand what you're talking about. I mean, sometimes on the Harleys, you're like you're up close and personal with everything with the Indians. You're more back and relaxed.
They call it the riding triangle. When they design a bike. So Harley, apparently they designed their bike for somebody who's around 5'10" or so in stock form. Where Indian was more like 6 foot or maybe a 31 inch inseam. I think Harley's 29. And that's what attracted me to Indian was I had Harleys. I always felt cramp. I love Harleys, not saying anything bad about them. But when I jumped on an Indian, I was like, oh, this thing is, it was made for me stock out of the box. So I'm enjoying this bike. Not to say I'll never get another Harley again one day. It all depends. But
like I said, I love when I had the Victory, the '98 Victory. That thing was sweet. It's built for bigger people. And until I found out there was a way to lower it down. Once I got it lowered down, man, I mean, it was to this day I still think it's probably one of the better bikes I've ever had.
Yeah,
it was a great bike. Of course, Victory went in and they bought out the Indian, and now they took over the Indian. Well, not Victory, but Polaris, which was over. And like I said, Polaris, I mean, their stuff is there's no doubt about it. As far as when it comes to snowmobiles, the sleds, I mean, they're right there with the big ones. They're hard to do.
Yeah. The quality of this bike is very good. I can't speak for their side by sides, but apparently they're top in the business there, and their side by sides and their UTVs and ATVs and stuff. So it's a good bike. The handlebar install on this particular bike was a job. I probably could have taken it to a dealer, but where's the fun in that?
Especially on a cold day.
Especially on a cold day.
We get another snow coming in here.
Exactly.
And everything. And that's what's almost like I said, I end up with the Fat Boy, the 2002 Fat Boy. And at the same time, I was looking at the Indian Scout, beautiful red with the tan saddlebag and the seat. I mean, it was a beautiful thing, and it fit. I mean, it was just perfect. I mean, my legs were comfortable when they were out sitting on my feet on the ground. They were comfortable when I was riding it. And the only thing they wouldn't finance it, whereas they would with the Fat Boy. So I ended up with the Fat Boy after 10 years of not being able to ride because of a motorcycle wreck. Getting on that Fat Boy, and then, like I said, with Corey taking us down to the Blue Ridge Parkway, and then me getting on the Parkway to do my first time riding after 10 years, and it was like, you know, well, we danced. It was an ugly dance to start out with, but we danced, and then I rode all the way home. He was going to take over for me in Black Mountain because the PTSD from the motorcycle wreck took place there on I-40, almost at the top of the mountain there. But I decided, you know what, go ahead and fight, go ahead and get over with and do it. And I've been riding ever since, and did a long haul down to I can't think of the name of the airport, Fort Robbins Air Force Base that same year, warmed up, and then took my first motorcycle rally at Maggie Valley with Rob Flannery. After that, and then of course last year you hooked me up and we went down to Daytona, and man, I had a ball down there, especially with the bagger races and everything, and had a great ride with it. And in fact, we're going to go down
again this year.
So yeah, man, you get hanging up with your brother and doing some fishing and getting some of those almost, what do you call it, the National Geographic shots with
with the birdie,
the birdie, catfish up in the tree.
So
it was kind of cool. I mean, I had a good ride, a cold ride down, wet ride down. But once we hit Georgia, it was nice and warmed up, and it was a great ride that whole time. So but this time we're going to spend a little bit of time in Daytona, because I'm going to take one day and just go in and film Daytona for the V-Twin Foodies.
So that'll be upcoming. So our ride down there will be upcoming, our ride home. So, looking forward to it. We have more maintenance to go. This is due a fluid change. Dael's Harley needs new tires, and we'll probably do an oil change on that one too and that'll get us ready for the riding season, because we have Daytona, we have Ride to Eat USA, Ride to Eat across USA spots to hit.
V-Twin Foodies.
V-Twin Foodie stuff. So we got to get this these bikes ready to roll.
And then of course, you're right now we're secondary looking at for you for maybe a BMW for off-road for.
We'll talk about that later.
So we're looking at some stuff that we'll be doing camping, and we got we're going to be some judges at some local places for the food. Looking forward to that, man. So all right, so
the Gold Festival.
So we're going to go out here and we're going to take a look at this motorcycle. If you're going to test drive it, we'll film that right quick. And of course, it's getting dark, so we know if your lights are working. Step outside right quick, and then that'll be the end of the video. So we're going to say for myself, for Mike, remember, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Give a man a motorcycle, he'll eat that fish 200 miles away. We're out of here, love fish and chicken grease.
Roaring engines scream our names on the open road, we feel no shame. Windswept hair and hearts ablaze, sky so wide it sets us days. Sunrise meets our leather-clad dreams, every twist and turn it seems. Freedom whispers in the breeze, right on past the morning ease. Ride free, ride fast, let nothing stand. Open roads, our promised land. Blue skies paint our wings to soar. Sunsets hug us, wanting more. Chrome reflections shine so bright, day turns into twilight's light. Throttle hands with will so true, bound by engines roaring.